embark on a journey into what is somewhat thus far the unknown. We are at the Army Aviation Heliport preparing to board a helicopter to go into the beautiful Swat Valley, to then go on to undisclosed locations to meet Al-Qaeda and Taliban that were either captured or surrendered during Army operations in the last decade. We are on a journey to learn something, to learn what is an extremist, and also to learn what is radicalism. And is it really the root cause of the war ravaging so many lives around us, taking down historic international alliances as well as international institutions? First, we will stop off at the De-Radicalisation Conference, which was headed by the ISPR, a special invitation extended to 24/7 Express News as well as other media outlets, where in attendance will be Army Chief of Staff, Major Kayani, as well as Prime Minister Gilani. And afterwards, we will be heading out to the 3 disparate locations in remote areas of the valley to meet what they're calling terrorists. And that's my cue to go. We're taking off. Assalamu alaikum. Swat Valley is so beautiful that the tourism industry here alone could help boost Pakistan's economy. But with Taliban and extremist groups having been here in the area, and with war in surrounding areas, foreigners don't want to come to Pakistan for their holiday. Many say that Swat is a peaceful place, but actually it has a long history of war. In the 19th century, the Muslim tribes here were infighting before the British entered, and then still more fighting. Since becoming part of Pakistan, Swat has been something of a beautiful tragedy. From looking at this place today, it is hard to believe that militants were hiding in its shadows, or that just last year, the famous floods tore through this valley, ripping down everything in its path. Today, with all of this in our minds, we arrived to Swat and are brought immediately to the conference. International journalists from all over the world are with our group. An American lady from NPR, British journalists from Reuters and the FT, even a Dutch lady with French television have traveled the distance to learn more about the military's non-military program here in this remote, exotic, and fascinating historic place. At the conference, we hear about the history of Swat and about the current political situation. An impressive woman speaker stands up and talks about the women's future dominant role in Pakistan. There is massive applause after each speaker, though whatever the topic, the undercurrent here is about one issue: extremism. Everybody here wants one thing: a stop to the fighting. Now we begin our tour to the first De-Radicalisation Center. This center is run by Dr. Fariha Paracha, head neuropsychologist of the Lahore-based NGO HUM, which also helps fund the military de-radicalization program. There is a hint of skepticism and excitement as we all approach the center, knowing that this center has children living in it, children separated because of war from families and from the normal process of life. We are strictly forbidden to photograph or show the children's faces for security reasons. Before going in, we are briefed by Dr. Paracha. She explains how the program of de-radicalization is set up. First is a psychological profile. Second, religious teaching from the Quran, which includes guest speakers from cleric and religious scholars. Third, the students who have lost years of schooling are educated to catch them back up to their peers. A computer library helps aid them in this, so the students are also learning computer skills. For learning a trade, part of the education in the center helps with getting jobs, so the students are trained in carpentry and mechanics. The final step in de-radicalization is to involve society and family. Every Sunday they have visitation. Dr. Faria closes by talking about reintroduction, which is just new this year. Before the end of the year, they expect to reintroduce 800 or so de-radicalized militant youth. One little boy talks to us in a heartfelt way about how he was trained and ready to be a suicide bomber.
I came to my village and it is very different. I think that this mountain is cartoon, not real. This is cartoon. When I saw this After 3 days, I meet there some boys, childrens, but they were intoxicated. I chit-chat with them 5-6 days. Then
Where were you exactly? Were you working on a building? Where were you standing when they first walked up to you and approached you?
in a ground. When I saw them, then they chit-chat with me, and they were smoking. Then they gave to me, you are my friend, you smoke. Then I tried to smoke. It was difficult to smoke, but I tried. When I tried, they lived that my friendship, but I was going up and up and up. Then I start hashish and snuff, also drink. On that do, then my mother gave me. There was no police, no army. They gave me to terrorist. Make him on straight way and held him from that snuff, hashish and cigarette and also drink. On that due was they took me and arrested me and beat me very much and told, you will give attendance every day here. You will come here every day. Then
To help fight a jihad? To help fight in the jihad? To help fight jihad?
Yes, I heard. They beat me very. They beat with the sticks me, and they had tied my hands back, and then they left me. And he told me that terrorist. His name was Irshad. He told me that you will give attendance every day here. Yes, on that do was.
And did you miss your family? Did you then go and live with them and move away from your friends and family and join with them and they become your family?
Yes. When I enjoy them, they said me, you will suicide. I astonished that time what they are saying. I thought and I say them, yes, I will suicide. Then my father came on visit to take me and took me to Karachi. And then from that time I was in Karachi.
Now that you're living in another place called Swat and they say this is heaven, yes. Are you glad you didn't do any suicide bombing? Are you glad that you're still here?
Yes, thank you. Now I'm here. I'm very thankful from army because they save us, and now they also protect us and they are giving us good education. Yes.
You feel differently now about being a suicide bomber? Now, would you ever even consider doing something like that? Or do you feel like you have a good future now?
Yes.
Tell me what your future is.
I will. Now I took computer science in 9th, and I will become engineer of computer.
Wonderful. That's a very good career for the future. There's going to be a lot of work in Pakistan for that field. And I just have one last question. When you go back out, are you scared at all of running into any of the militants? Do you feel afraid of running into any of the militants when you get out of here? How will you handle it if you run into them again?
When I go from here, I will go directly to Dubai. I will never try to stay here in Pakistan.
Okay.
Yes.
Good for you. I wish you the best of luck, and thank you so much for your time. And do you see your friends and family still? Do they come here to visit?
They visit here.
How many years have you been here?
3 years.
How old were you when you came here?
I was 13, 14 year old.
When's your birthday? When is your birthday?
195.
What month?
July on 21.
So your birthday is coming up. How old are you going to be? How old will you be?
Now I don't know. I forget it now.
Well, happy birthday, because your birthday is in about 2 weeks. Congratulations.